What's up guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to install this Vicrez Rambar on this 4th gen Ram 1500 Warlock. The Rambar kit includes both left and right Rambar legs, the front and rear tubes, leg brackets, joiners and joiner plates, foot plates, and hardware. If you have a 5th gen Ram 1500, there are certain steps in today's video that you do not need to follow. And if you do have a 5th gen Ram 1500 and you want to follow the Ram product installation guide, I will link a PDF in the description of this video. It also includes the cutout templates to put on the top of your bed to drill the holes. For today's video, I didn't use those templates because again, we're going to be installing it onto a 4th gen Ram 1500. So if you have a 5th gen Ram 1500, you can actually skip to the Rambar installation part of this video. And if you have a 4th gen Ram 1500, we're going to make some small modifications to the Rambar, and here's why. So the top of the 4th generation Ram bed isn't as wide as the 5th generation, and the Rambar is made for the 5th gen. So you can see there's a gap right here and a little bit of a gap on the other side right there. So my goal was to get this side of the Rambar as flush as possible to the side of the bed for a nice clean look. Problem with that is that these holes 1, 2, and 3 would be pushed too close to the edge of the bed, and with the inserts underneath the Rambar, when you drill a hole, it would go past the edge of the bed. So in order to reduce that diameter, I removed the inserts on the Rambar, so all I had to do was drill the bolt hole that goes right here. I used a Dremel with a metal cutoff wheel to remove the Rambar inserts, and then I used a grinding wheel to make sure I had a flat mounting surface. Now this next step is only for 4th gen Ram owners. You're going to install the bracket into the side of the Rambar because you want something steady to be able to cut off this ear right here. Basically the inside of the bed is too shallow, so this bottoms out, not allowing the Rambar to sit flush on the side of the bed. So I'm going to mark this right now as high as I can and cut this tab off. Now I would normally use a Sharpie, but because this is powder coated black, it's kind of hard to see, so I use a bit of blue painter's tape and I'll just cut along this bottom line right here, and that'll be my guideline. Now with the 3 tabs removed from the Rambar and with this bracket shortened, it sits nice and flush on top of the bed. The only thing left to do is to do the exact same thing to the other side of the Rambar before I assemble it together, and then again do another test fit with all together on top of the bed of the truck. All right, now I'm going to show you how to assemble the Rambar. It's a lot easier with 2 people, but it's not impossible if you're alone. Just make sure you put something down so you don't scratch up the surface of your Rambar. First, install the plastic joiners onto the Rambar legs, making sure to slide the curved edge over the bar leg first. Then slide the front and rear tubes into the side legs. Next, slide the joiner plates between the plastic joiners and the tubes and align the holes. Secure everything together with the provided bolts and hand tighten. If you haven't already, install the leg brackets with a little Loctite on the bolts. The first thing you want to do is cut the plastic square inserts at the front of your bed using a utility knife or a razor blade. The next step is to test fit onto the bed. All right, so now I've got the Rambar in place on top of the bed. These bolts are still loose, they're hand tight. You can actually see that they're not all the way down, leaving the adjustment left to right. So if I need to spread the Rambar apart even more, I can, or if I need to narrow the width of it, I can. So the next thing I'm going to do is you're going to take that washer and bolt. I'm going to bolt this bracket. Now I did cut off more of that ear because I thought it was bottoming out, not allowing the hole to show, but nope, that's pretty much it. So you can drill this second hole and use both of these holes, or you can just utilize the top one like I'm doing. So now I've got this bolt and washer in place and I've fully torqued this down, and what I'm trying to do is now line up these holes along the Rambar so I can get my holes drilled out. Now if you push the Rambar all the way towards the inside of the truck, a gap between the edge of the bed and this bolt hole is going to be way too close to the edge. That's also why I cut off those tabs, because with the tabs being so much bigger, it was going past the edge of the bed here, or you have to push the Rambar all the way out this way, and it just didn't look very good. So what I'm actually doing is I'm going to slightly push the ram bar outward a little bit because these two, again, are already so close to the edge, but I want more bite. So right here, I can feel pretty much this edge underneath, and the same over here. So I just need a little bit, just like that. But again, I don't want it to be so excessive that this edge sticks out very far. So I've got myself a center punch right here, and I'm going to push this with both hands and then just mark it and start drilling with this hole. Go ahead and put a bolt in, and then I'll center punch both of these once I've got this bolted down. That way I can just focus on getting the center of these holes, and then I'll completely remove the ram bar, drill these two holes out, reinstall the ram bar, check everything, and once everything is to my liking, I'll remove everything and paint underneath where I grinded, and the same with this bracket here. I need to paint that with some Rust-Oleum to stop any future rust from occurring on this ram bar. So let's get started. So you always start with a smaller drill bit. So I got that center hole drilled out. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove the ram bar completely, drill this out to the correct size, reinstall the ram bar, center punch these two holes, and redo the whole process. All right, so I got all three holes drilled into the bedside. Full transparency, this front hole was too close to the edge, so I can't use the supplied nut locker in the back. So what I could have done is push the bar out even more. The other side is roughly the same, so I'm using my own hardware for just these two spots. So when you do this, just make sure you push the bar out far enough so you're not close to the edge of the bed, which is exactly what I was trying to avoid. But now that I know how everything goes together, what I'm doing is cleaning everything. About to put some Rust-Oleum paint on here. I put some blue painter's tape on the top side so I don't get any overspray. Again, we're not doing like a whole paint job, so nothing crazy. I did my final install here with red Loctite, and I'll be using Loctite on all my bolts. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up today's video on the Vicrez Rambar installation. If you got any questions, let me know in the comments below, and until next time, peace out.